Magis na araw mga learners, it's me, your teacher, Sir AJ, and welcome to Accounting by Sir AJ. So sa lahat ng mga nasa ABM dyan or BS Accountancy or mga nagbabalak pa lang mag-ABM or mag-BS Accountancy, isa lang ang masasabi ko sa inyo. Good luck! Pero, kidding aside, sana ay nakasubscribe na kayo sa channel ko at I hope that nakakatulong yung mga videos ko para mas maintindihan nyo ng mabuti yung mga accounting topics. So for today, meron na naman tayong bagong accounting topic. And ang topic natin ngayon is ang pinaka-basic sa lahat. Ito yung dapat na una mong alam kung gusto mong mag-accounting. At yun ay ang debit at credit. So sabi nga nila, yung topic na to, ito yung topic na hindi pwedeng hindi mo gets. Kasi pag hindi mo gets ang debit at credit, then everything else will follow. All of the accounting topics will be very difficult for you. So I hope that magigets nyo talaga yung topic na to through this video. Good day again, learners. So for today, our topic is debit and credit. So ano ba talaga ang debit at credit? How do we define debit and credit? So debit and credit has no definite definition. Ang ibig sabihin lang talaga ng debit ay left, while ang credit ay right. So debit is on the left side, while credit is on the right side. Maraming applications to. In the journal entry, the debit is the left side of the entry, while credit is the right side of the journal entry. In the same way, sa ledger naman, mayroong credit balance ang isang account pag mas malaki yung balance sa credit or sa right side versus sa debit or sa left side. While meron siyang debit balance kapag mas malaki yung balance sa left side kesa sa credit side or sa right side. So debit and credit will always be equal. It assures the double entry accounting system. Always dapat debit is equal to credit. Hindi pwedeng hindi sila balance. So always balance ang dalawang yan. So now, if you remember, meron tayong accounting equation. Accordingly, sa basic accounting natin, ang accounting equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. If you observe the accounting equation, it has two sides also. Assets on the other side, while liabilities and equity on the other side. This equation should always be equal at all times. And if you observe, it is very important na merong two sides yung accounting equation because it represents debit and credit. Meaning, yung assets, ang normal balance niya ay debit, while ang liabilities, ang normal balance niya ay credit. So, tingnan natin yung mga normal balances. Para malaman nyo ng mas madali yung mga normal balances, just remember this phrase. Dade, clear. So, dade is for the debit side, while clear is for the credit side. Anong ibig sabihin yan? So, D for debit, ito yung mga may normal balance na debit. A for assets, D for drawings, E for expenses. Para naman sa credit side, yung clear, C, credit. So, ano yung mga accounts na ang normal balances nila ay credit? L, liabilities, E, equity, at R, revenue. So ano ba ang kahalagahan ng normal balances? This is the importance of why you need to remember the normal balances. Increases in the account are recorded on the side of the normal balance. Ibig sabihin, every time mag-increase ang isang account, i-record mo siya dun sa kanyang normal balance. While decreases in the account are recorded on the opposite side. So every time mag-increase doon sa normal balance at every time mag-decrease doon sa kabilang side. So i-practice natin. So meron tayong account, every time mag-increase at every time mag-decrease. So try natin. First, kunwari asset. 'Di ba? Every time mag-increase ang asset, dun tayo sa normal balance niya, which is debit. Ibig sabihin, every time mag-decrease ang asset, gawin naman natin siyang credit. Example ng mga asset, ito yung mga items that you own and control. Example niyan, cash, mga supplies, receivable, equipment, mga ganon. So, that is how you account for assets. What if liability naman? So, every time na dadagdagan yung mga utang natin, anong gagawin natin sa kanya? Yung normal, which is credit, yung normal side ng liability. Every time naman na babawasan ang utang natin, anong gagawin natin? I-debit natin siya. So, kailan ba nadadagdagan ang utang? Siyempre, nadadagdagan ang liability kapag nangutang ka. At nababawasan naman ito kapag binabayaran mo. Next, equity. Yung equity, ito yung balance ng owner. So, owner's equity. So, kapag sole proprietorship, isa lang yung equity account. Pag partnership, marami, depende kung ilan yung partners. Pero pag corporation, shareholders equity na ang tawag doon, which we will discuss in a different video. Pero every time mag-increase ang equity, doon tayo sa normal balance niya, which is credit. So, kailan nag-i-increase yung equity? Siyempre, kapag nag-invest ng bago ang mga owner. Kailan naman nababawasan? Nababawasan to kapag nagwi-withdraw sila or kapag nagbabayad ng dividends. So, every time na decrease ang equity, ide-debit natin siya. Next, revenue. Ito yung account na nagsasabi na nag-perform ka na ng service or nagbigay ka na ng service or goods sa iyong mga customers. Now, the normal balance of a revenue account is credit. That's why every time na dadagdagan ang revenue, ika-credit natin siya. At every time na babawasan ng revenue, ide-debit naman natin siya. Next is expense. Ito yung mga pinaggagastusan natin. Anong kaibahan ng asset at expense? Paano mo malaman kung yung isang bagay ay asset at ang isang bagay ang expense? Ang difference nila is, yung asset, meron kang future economic benefit na ine-expect from that item. So for example, cash. Siyempre, ang benefit mo in the future, may pera ka. For example, receivable, ang benefit mo in the future, may makokolekta kang pera. Ang expense naman, wala na silang future economic benefit. For example, nagbayad ka na ng salaries, tapos na yun. Hindi siya salaries for the future. Iba naman yung nag-advance payment ka. Diniscuss natin yun sa adjusting entries, yung mga prepaid expenses. Asset yun kasi binayaran mo in advance. So, meron kang future economic benefit. So, every time nag-i-increase ang expense, anong gagawin natin sa kanya? Siyempre, debit. Kasi yun yung kanyang normal balance. While decrease in expense should be credited. So, I hope that na-gets ninyo yung mga normal balances natin at kung kailan siya gagamitin, kung debit ba or credit every time mag-increase or decrease ang isang account. So, i-analyze natin ang mga transactions. Meron akong 8 transactions dito. We will try to journalize them. So, transaction number 1, owners invest 40,000 to the business. So, nag-invest daw yung owner ng pera 40,000. So, if you analyze the transaction, nadagdagan yung cash mo ng 40,000 at nagkaroon ng equity. So, ang journal entry natin is debit cash kasi nadagdagan yung asset at credit owner's equity kasi nadagdagan yung equity, 40,000 pesos. Transaction number 2. Paid 6,000 pesos for secretarial salaries. Nagbayad ka daw ng salary sa mga secretary. So this is an example of an expense. So dahil nagkaroon ka ng expense, every time nagkakaroon ka ng expense, you debit salaries expense 6,000. At dahil nagbayad ka ng cash, nabawasan yung asset natin. So pag nababawasan yung asset, ika-credit natin siya. So credit cash, 6,000 pesos. Transaction number 3. Purchased office equipment priced at 15,200, giving a 10% promissory note in exchange. So bumili ka daw ng office equipment na dagdagan yung asset mo na equipment. So debit office equipment 15,200. Pero hindi ka nagbayad ng cash. Nag-issue ka ng note, utang, promissory note. So nagkaroon ka ng utang, kaya credit, note payable, 15,200. Transaction number 4. Received 14,000 cash for services performed. Nakatanggap ka ng pera. So nadagdagan yung cash mo, nadagdagan yung asset. Debit cash, 14,000 pesos. Dahil nag-perform ka ng service, meron tayong tinatawag na revenue. So credit service revenue, 14,000 pesos. Transaction number 5. Purchased 5,000 supplies on account. Pag may nabasa kayong word na on account, ibig sabihin nun nangutang ka pero short term lang. Ang tawag natin doon, accounts payable. Dahil bumili ka ng supplies, nadagdagan yung supplies mo, so debit supplies, 5,000. At dahil nagkaroon ka ng utang, nadagdagan din yung liability mo, kaya credit, accounts payable, 5,000. Transaction number 6. Paid off 2,500 of the accounts payable. Binayaran mo daw yung accounts payable ng 2,500. So dahil nagbayad ka ng utang, nabawasan yung utang mo. Kaya pag nababawasan ang liability, we debit accounts payable 2,500. Dahil nagbayad ka, nabawasan din yung cash. At every time nababawasan yung asset, we credit it. So credit cash, 2,500. Transaction number 7. The owner withdrew 2,000 pesos. This is an example of a drawing account. Ang drawing account, normal balance niya ay debit. So debit, owner's drawing, 2,000. Anong kinuha niya sa business? Cash. So nawalan ng cash ang business. Kaya credit cash, 2,000. At ang last transaction natin ay pay cash of 16,000 for a machinery. Bumili ka ng machine, binayad mo cash. So, nadagdagan yung asset mo na machine, pero nabawasan din yung asset mo na cash. Kaya ang entry natin ay debit machine, 16,000, pero credit cash, 16,000. So, yun. Doon natin maa-apply ang ating concept ng debit at credit. So, I hope na gets nyo yung ating discussion ng debit at credit. So, yun lang for today. Now, it's your time to test your knowledge. Check lang natin kapag na-gets ninyo. If you know the answer, then just comment your answer sa video na to. Question number 1. The normal balance of an account is on the A. Debit side of the account, B. Credit side of the account, C. Side represented by increase in the account balance, or D. Side represented by decrease in the account balance. Question number 2. Debits, A. Increase assets and decrease expenses, liabilities, revenue, and equity. B. Increase assets and equity and decrease liabilities, expenses, and revenue. C. Decrease assets and expenses and increase liabilities, revenue, and equity. Or D. Increase assets and expenses and decrease liabilities, equity, and revenue. So if you know the answer, just comment your answer sa video na to. So thank you very much, guys. I will leave you this quote for today. Do not stop learning. We learn something new every day. So I hope that may natutunan kayong something new today. So again, this is me, Sir AJ, and thank you very much. Sa lahat ng hindi pa nakaka-subscribe, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. At i-share nyo na rin to sa mga kaibigan nyo, sa mga classmates, sa mga nag-ABM, sa mga college students na nagtitake na accountancy para lahat tayo matuto kahit merong pandemic. So thank you very much guys. See you sa next video. Bye!